Hi guys, thank you so much for staying tuned to my channel. So one of the things that I started thinking about recently was a situation that I had with one of my customers when I was going to start engaging. I remember when I wanted to engage that customer of mine, the first impression that I had was that he didn't want me around him or he didn't want to have anything to do with me. And what happened was that he already had a bad impression, about some other salespeople who had sold some things to him. And so he didn't want to have anything to do with any other person. And so when I approached him, one of the things that he said was that, he doesn't want to deal with any other person, but a particular salesperson that he was dealing with. And so immediately I felt like this person was not going to accept me. And in my mind, I was thinking, is this the right decision for me to continue to follow up and reach out to this customer? Or I just focus on someone else? But I had to talk to myself and switch my mode, saying to myself that this is one of the things that you do when you sell. You must be able to embrace rejection and look at what lessons you've learned and how you can turn that around. So today's video, I'm going to be sharing something about how you can actually deal with rejection in sales, because it is something that has hindered a lot of people from going into sales, because they feel that when they go into it, a lot of people are going to be saying no to them and they don't want to feel bad at all. So if you're liking the sound of this and you're here to subscribe to our channel, kindly hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that you can get lots of useful sales tips that can help your business grow and help you become a better salesperson. So what happened was that when I started dealing with that customer, I realized that because of the bad impression that he had about some other salespeople, he didn't want to really have a lot to do with salespeople. But I kept on going to him and I kept on reaching out to him. So what I did was to look for ways by which I can be of value to him rather than even selling to him at the initial. So when I realized that there was a situation that he needed help with, I immediately stepped in and I tried to help him out in that situation because I felt that was going to be my opportunity to be able to get him to begin to listen to me. And this was someone who had massive potential on doing business with the company that I was working with at that time. And I didn't want to lose that customer. So what I did, as I mentioned, was that I started looking for ways to add value to him by helping him out in other areas that he needed help with. And that was how I was able to get close to him. So what I learned from that situation was that rejection is part of the game. So if you're saying to yourself that you don't want to go into sales because of rejection, or you don't want to go and sell to a customer because of the feeling that you're going to be rejected. So I'm going to be sharing some things that are going to help you to be able to overcome this rejection and embrace it as one of the things that you need to continue to do and overcome in sales. So the first thing you must realize is that rejection is one of the rules of the game. So in sales, hearing no is not something that you're going to stop hearing. So what that means is that a lot more times you're going to hear customers say to you that no, I'm not interested, or you're going to hear people say to you that no, I don't like your company, I don't like your product, I'm not interested in what you're trying to sell to me. And you must learn to be able to embrace this, because this is one of the things that you're going to be doing every time you try to sell to people or you meet different persons that you're trying to sell to. Because not all customers are the same. Not everyone will treat you the same way. So if you're expecting the same treatment from everyone that you meet, then that is not actually how it works. Because even in life, it's not everybody that treats you the way you want them to treat you. Some people treat you better than some other people. So you must learn to be able to overcome that and look beyond that and focus on what you're trying to do, because that is what is more important. The second thing you must learn to do is to develop a positive mindset. So what I did for myself was to develop a positive mindset about what I was trying to do. And when I say positive mindset, it just talks about the state of your mind and what you believe about yourself. Because I believe that I was not a failure. I believe that I was a success. I believe that what I was trying to sell to him was going to help him. So I didn't feel bad at all when he said he wasn't interested, because it's not about me. It's not about him saying that he rejected me. It was just the product that I was trying to sell that he was not going to accept. Or it was because of something that he had with some of that salespeople that made him feel that way. So I kept my positive self-esteem to myself, and that talks about how you believe about yourself. What are the things you believe about yourself? Do you believe you're a failure? Do you believe you're a success? Do you believe things will not work out for you? Do you believe people hate you? Do you believe that you're not the kind of person that you think you are? If you actually believe negative things about yourself, then that is what leads to you believing that when people reject you, then it means that they are rejecting you for real. Because we encounter this ourselves in our daily lives. If someone who is close to you rejects you, then you will really feel pained. But someone who you just met that you don't really even know about rejects you, then that is something that you shouldn't really take to heart because you don't really know them anyways. They don't really care about you. So you do not take it to heart at all. So developing a positive mindset about yourself is something that will also help you to be able to overcome rejection. The final thing is that you must also learn from the rejection. So oftentimes, one of the things you hear people say is that, oh, if someone rejects you, then you need to move on to the other customer. Yes, even if that is true, but sometimes that is not the whole truth. Because in actual sense, it's possible for you not to have actually communicated properly to that customer. Or it's possible for you not to have actually done what you needed to do. And that is why the customer rejected you. For example, if you are approaching a customer who is actually going through a very bad day or who you've just met, and the first thing you're trying to say is that, oh, my name is this. Do you want to buy XYZ? Do you want to buy this? Do you want to buy that? And you are talking to the person in that manner without trying to even build a rapport or trying to even build a connection. One of the things that you might experience is that the person might be a bit put aback and like, oh, come on, what's going on here? You didn't even, try to build a connection with me. You're just trying to go straight to what you want to sell. You're not even trying to understand what my needs are. You're just trying to speak to me. Sometimes when you do that, you might experience a rejection from a customer. So you need to ask yourself that in this situation, did I actually do all that I needed to do? Did I communicate well? You might even need to speak to someone and ask them how you actually approached it and let them judge that matter for you so that you can learn lessons from it and then revisit it and go back to that customer. So it's not every time that you face rejection that is actually the customer's fault. Sometimes it could be that we have actually not done all that we needed to do. You must take a lesson from this and press on from there. So in summary, so rejection is actually not a bad thing in sales. It's one of the things that can actually even propel you to be able to actually go further if you actually take it positively and actually look at it for what it is and manage it properly. Not every customer is the same and not everyone would actually treat you the same. So you must actually learn that. And you must learn to actually have your own positive mindset about yourself. That it's not about what someone does to you that determines who you are, but you actually have to believe what you know about yourself. So if you'd like to drop your comments in the section below, kindly let us know how you've actually gone about handling rejection. And if you'd like to reach out to us in a one-on-one training section, we'll look forward to actually receiving that phone call from you. Thank you so much for staying tuned to today's video. See you next time.